With the most recent DCS update, a new free campaign for the Mi-24P Hind has been stealthily released. Called Revanche, it is set in the same hypothetical timeline as the Flaming Cliffs SE-25 campaign of the same name. Today we're going to take a look at the second mission. The enemy have crossed the Anguri River and are advancing on Gali. We're flying number 2 in a flight of Mi-24s which have been pushed forward, along with several other air assets, to halt the enemy's advance. Welcome aboard my Mi-24. Most of the details of this mission will have already been spelled out in the briefing, so basically, we're going to take off, form up on lead, fly out to the combat area, and attack an enemy mechanized column that's just crossed the Anguri River. Just starting up here, I did use the auto start sequence. I do know how to start this aircraft manually, but I elected to use the auto start so that I could talk over it. So while we're waiting for that to finish, what else can I talk about? On the armament panel, I have everything set up, and old Porfiry Petrovich up front is already warming up the weapons. Now we've got high rate of fire on the cannon, burst length set to medium, mostly for the rockets. In terms of the plan of attack, I intend to use, well, the weapons we've got here, we've got 8 Sturm ATGMs, rockets, and the cannon. I intend to use the ATGMs first, prioritizing targets in order of anti-aircraft systems, tanks, and IFVs, so probably BMPs. And then spray everything else with the rockets and mop up any survivors with the cannon. Basically, with AA systems, tanks, and BMPs, those are all things that can pluck us out of the sky at range if we're not careful, so we want to deal with those first at long range if we possibly can. Anyway, that should be the sequence complete in just a moment here, and then we should get our takeoff clearance and lift off.
T-18, Bayern, you are clear to take off. Engage the armor advancing in our direction from Strash 4 positions. Inspect the southeastern part of Gali to find them.
Here we go.
Планы Roger. Taking off and bear. Командир, оружие готово.
And look at that, weapons are ready already.
2-0. Roll and take off after me. Then turn to 130 and keep steady until join up.
Copy that. Alright. Gently lift off here. Sorry if my throttle squeaked a bit. There we go. And join up on lead as we transition to forward flight.
Lead is gear up.
Yeah, I can put my gear up. Parking brake off, we don't really need that. And line before we slide out in front of them.
Six for 8, you are cleared hot.
6 for 8.
Now we're going to hear a lot of radio chatter like that because we aren't the only aircraft in the air. There are several flights.
This is Rania. Stras 4 is taking fire from 3 helicopter gunships. Enemy armor is moving up from the southeast towards Gali.
There are several...
2-0. Join up to my left wing.
Yeah, wait until everyone's done chattering on the radio, as if that's going to end. Several flights of friendly aircraft airborne.
Stras 4 is under attack by 3 helicopters and advanced enemy ammo.
Good heavens, both ground attackers and some top covering fighters, so...
This is 8
Plenty going on.
entering the assigned area in 7 minutes.
I should probably actually just shut up so that it's all audible.
03 is on the move to Stras 4. ETA in 7 minutes.
In any case, just about saddled in formation.
803 is on the move to Stras 4.
We'll ease back a bit just to stay in left echelon. I should probably actually keep the formation slightly looser so that I can be looking around a little bit more often. Situational awareness is going to be key.
220. This is 218. Short brief once again. We're going to pass Cedar Settlement, then proceed in the eastern direction, searching for an enemy column along the road in the northeastern part of Gali. We are to kick the butt of those bastards.
Copy that, sir. We will give them a jolly good kicking. I think those might be the helicopters he's talking about. Okay, someone's handling it. So, no need for us to engage in air-to-air combat just yet, probably. Don't see any friendlies moving in to deal with that just yet, but I won't concern myself with it until we get a bit closer. Whoop.
Turn left to the feeding off 80. You are cleared hard to attack.
Okay, if we're turning left, I'm actually going to swap over to echelon right, just so I'm outside his turn. And once we make that turn, we'll try and spot the column. Okay, looks like we got friendly fixed wing. Looks like Su-25, so we're going to go mix it up with those enemy helicopters, so we won't worry about that too much.
Enemy armor is approaching galley.
Yeah. Petrovich, do you see anything?
Наблюдение включил. All three, Roger. Early enemy targets next to galley.
803 Bayern.
Doesn't look like it.
Target southeast of galley.
Наблюдение выключил.
Lead's turning.
Roger. 803.
And climbing, probably to get eyes on a little bit better.
Damn. The force march obscured the target.
Okay, that's why Petrovich didn't see it.
Slew right and attack from that direction.
Copy that, sir. And I'll spread out a little bit. We're sliding right.
Marina is cleared to move back to Kohora.
I'll just double check that my fire control's on and we really are ready to shoot. Oh! I see something on the road down there. I think that's our target.
Way to Verona, a clearance to put back to Kohora.
This is 2-1.
Petrovich, what do you see?
You are clear to Kohora.
Bronya copy.
We're a little bit close, so I'll probably only hit one target and then break away. Okay, populating the list a bit. Okay, Strela, that's priority target. That's a SAM, we want to deal with that.
Пуск ракеты.
Fire!
Командир, цель больше не наблюдаю.
Uh-oh. I hope he reacquires it. Otherwise that'll be a waste of Abyssal.
Есть попадание.
Oh, he managed to hit it anyway. Okay, break off flares. I'll separate, then come back for another run. And Lead and myself can probably just attack independently and just try not to smack into each other. It'll be the only issue at play. And I'll stay nice and low just to avoid any potential threats. Since, well, we took out a mobile SAM, there was also a Shilka in the column, so they can throw plenty at us. Okay, I'll just maintain this heading for about another 20 seconds. Then we'll turn back into attack. Looks like there's some artillery fire coming down on the town here. That is right on the bank of the Inguri River, so that's not terribly surprising. Alright, come back around and make another run. If that Shilka's still there, that'll be my priority target. After that, we'll shift onto the tanks and BMPs that he listed last time. Alright, I'll get a little bit higher. It is a risky thing to do, but we're going to need to do it to see over the tree line in front of the target. Oh, sun glare. And Petrovich, what do you see?
Приступил к поиску.
Lead's flying even higher. They'll probably shoot at him first. it's okay then, I guess. Shilka, sure.
Командир, цель, сопровождаю. Пока далеко. Давай ближе.
Not quite in range yet. The Sturms don't have a massively long range, but good enough for our purposes today. And I'm just waiting till he calls in range.
Будьте готов.
And I'll give it a few extra seconds just to make sure it reaches the target.
Пуск ракеты.
Oh, good.
Есть попадание.
Target's hit.
Наблюдение выключил.
Peel off. Flares. And I think I'm just going to follow that creek there on my outbound leg. That seems to get us into a good, almost keyhole shooting position when we turn around. So that should be fine. But based on where the column was, it sort of looked like it might have halted and dispersed. Which makes things easier for us, really. If they're stopped, we can pick them off. If they were smart, they'd go into the trees, but we'll see how many of them have done that. And once again, I'll hold this heading for just a little longer. Then we'll crank back around. And, you know, I should have a little look around. We've got Su-25s rolling in. Yeah. We got a fair number of assets working over this target, so we shouldn't have too much trouble destroying it. Alright, climbing turn. Try not to pull too hard. And I don't mind losing a bit of speed because I don't want to be steaming towards the target too fast whilst we're trying to set up a shot. Alright, Petrovich.
Включил наблюдение, выполняю поиск.
Eyes out. Ooh, something just exploded on the road down there. That was a Su-25. Ooh, he got really close. That's kind of the nature of things. Okay, we got tanks, BMPs, BTRs. I'll start out with this tank.
Командир, цель, сопровождаю.
The Sturm missiles being older,
Давай ближе.
that might have a little bit of trouble against tanks like a T-72, especially if it has explosive reactive armor, but we'll see what it does. If we were carrying Attakas with their tandem warheads, that would be less of a problem.
Командир, к работе готов.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Пуск. Выполняю поиск.
Let's try that again, if you can see it. There.
Командир, цель, сопровождаю. Оп. Командир, цель в дальности.
Really close. I'm going to start putting my flares out now. See if a second hit will do in that tank. Ready to peel off straight away, though.
Есть попадание.
There we go.
Наблюдение выключил.
Alright. Get out of dodge. Alright, separate for about 30 seconds, then we'll turn back in again. I realize that I might be setting a bit of a pattern here, but there's only one good direction to attack this column from, so that might just be a chance we have to take, although it's not the wisest thing tactically. What's this down here? Burnt out BRDMs, I think. Whoa! Okay, watch for power lines, you muppet. Could be ours, could be theirs, hard to say. Usually BRDMs go in something like a regimental reconnaissance battalion. Not really my concern just now. Time to turn back in. And just a nice smooth climbing turn to get us up to about 300 meters. Petrovich.
Веду наблюдение. Выполняю поиск.
поиск.
Have a gander. Let me know what you see. I'm gonna try and trim for a slightly lower speed. Okay, we've got MTLBs, BTRs, and BMPs. Gonna prioritize the
Командир,
BMPs.
цель выбрал. Пока далеко. Готов к работе.
There we go. Fire.
Ракета пошла.
And depending how far away we are when this one hits, I may take a second shot before we turn. But normally I'm thinking, since the column's not moving, time isn't
Есть попадание.
quite so critical. Okay, we're pretty
Поиску
far away.
целей. Приступил.
Ah, nice clean shot on a... Actually, no, that BMP's going behind the
Командир, к
trees.
работе готов. К поиску целей. Приступил.
Alright, screw it. We'll
Наблюдение
make
выключил.
another run. No point getting careless. Flares. Whoa, okay. Speaking of carelessness. Don't reef on the stick too hard there. Flyer nice and smooth. The Mi-24 does fly ever so very smoothly. It's an absolute joy to fly as far as helicopters go. It's a very aerodynamic airframe, and it doesn't have the asymmetry that makes the Apache very... well, makes the Apache handle like a brick at a sock, frankly. It also makes it kind of slow, but anyway. No point complaining about other aircraft when they're not here to defend themselves. We got 3 missiles left. Well, I think I only saw 3 BMPs on the list, so be nice. But that would reduce the risk for when we close in with the rockets and the cannon. Anyway, crank around carefully. C-25 passing overhead. We seem to be basically deconflicted from them by altitude, but frankly, we have bigger things to worry about than a fairly small, frankly, risky collision. Activate.
Включил наблюдение. Выполняю поиск.
Eyes on where all those fires are.
Уничтожил бронетехнику от ориентира 096. Удаление 2.
He doesn't see anything. Oh, except an MTLB.
К поиску целей. Приступил.
Well, if that's really the only thing you see, I guess we'll shoot it.
Командир, цель в сопровождении. Пуск ракеты. Цель в дальности.
What was target in range just now?
Есть попадание.
Now, that other BMP seemed to be on the other side of the trees
Начал
here.
поиск.
Does it come into view if I slide left a bit?
Выполняю поиск.
What about those vehicles over there? They must be destroyed. It's not burning.
Выполняю поиск. Боярин, this is 2-1A. Наблюдение
Ooh.
выключил. An enemy company has been destroyed.
Oh, geez, did we get them all? That'd be nice.
Copy that, Boyarin.
Is that lead? No, that's a parachute. Someone had to eject.
220, progressing to galley. Altitude 300.
Okie dokie, that appears to be our mission complete. I didn't even have to close in and shoot rockets in the cannon. Well, I consider that a good day, because closing in like that tends to be a risky exercise. Especially if any of those BMPs had been left and still hiding. But even the heavy machine guns on a BTR can mess us up if we're not careful. Going up on his right wing. Okay. Just have to scoot back around. Mission's complete. We can exit or proceed with landing. We will return to base and land. Just to make everything, tie everything up in a nice little bow. It'll probably take me the whole distance back there to get formed up on lead, because I kind of blundered past him there. Oh well. Well, I considered this mission, on the whole, to be pretty enjoyable, fairly intense without being impossibly difficult, which is a mark of fairly good mission design, I'd imagine. So I definitely plan on playing through this whole campaign on my own. I may feature some other missions from it on the channel in the future if any of them really push my buttons. But we shall see. And it shouldn't be very far back to base at all, so it shouldn't take us long to get back.
220, we're planning to pass the galley, then lay down to the 285 for recovery.
Copy that. Oh boy, let's not smack into him. Woo. So we should be over galley now. I've played several campaigns that are set in and around Abkhazia, so I've kind of come to know the geography of it reasonably well. Okay, that's better. Now I'm saddled into a nice formation. What I get for trying to record an external view and get formed up at the same time. Surprised a little bit.
The landing point just ahead of you. Plant yourself.
Copy that. I shall land independently. Just split off on my own here, and I guess he can do his own thing. And okay, I think I remember which pads we took off from, so I might as well set down on the same one. I'll just hook round, and I'll keep my eyes open for a windsock as well. We can land into the wind as we pass by. You know what? I might as well start slowing down. Tends to be advisable in this aircraft to slow down gradually and gently. Again, no need to make a fancy handbrake turn combat landing. And I shall put the cart down now so that I don't forget, because that would be most embarrassing. And this aircraft would definitely tip over if you landed it on its belly. Like, the K-50 would probably stay upright if you accidentally belly landed, but this heap would not. So we shall avoid any such embarrassment. And I can see from the windsock there that the wind is blowing approximately parallel to our current heading, so I'll just make a 180 and land straight into it. Check that gear is down, 3 green. Master arm or fire control switch can go to safe. Should have done that a while ago, but never mind. Get most of the way slowed down in the turn, get nice and trimmed. And I'll hunch upright in my seat so I can see a little bit better. And just make sure we don't smack the tail on the roof of that little building there. Okay, need to do a little more slowing down here. And this is a time where the visibility over the nose becomes a little bit of a problem. It might be a lead landing there, it might be the other flight of Mi-24s that launched from here before us. And just angle over towards the center a little bit. It'll be nice and professional about this. And set her down nice and gently. Get some more weight on the wheels. Tap the brakes. Center the pedals. Parking brake on. And that's going to be it. So this has been mission 2 of the Revanche campaign for the Mi-24. Like I said, may play some more of it in the future. We shall see. I hope this has been interesting to watch, and that's going to be about it. Toodles.